If you're thinking about turning a field into a tomato field, I'm going to go over some of the basic field preparations you should be considering for that particular field to make it an effective crop for you. So starting with the crop of tomatoes. They're native to South America, so they prefer warm weather and a long growing season. This is why they're not direct seeded in New England, and they need to be started early and transplanted into the field. You can also go into season extenders because these can be helpful to allow the crop to reach its full potential. So growing site evaluation. Well, when you're looking at a field, you're generally looking for a site that has full sun, is well drained, and does not have a lot of rocks. Now, I put an asterisk here for the not a lot of rocks because the plants actually don't mind the rocks, but the person pounding the stakes for support for those tomatoes will, or especially if you're using row covers, a less rocky field would be advantageous. Now, preparing that field for tomatoes, we want a well-drained field so they're not sitting in a lot of water. pH around 6.0 to 6.8, slightly acidic. In general nutrient profiles, we're looking for them to be optimum soil nutrients, with special attention for potassium and maybe calcium. Now, looking at the two images of the soil here, I can't tell you which one is better just looking at them. A lot of people would say, well, this one looks darker, so it's probably a better soil. This is not necessarily a bad soil. This is why it's important to take a soil test to be able to determine what nutrients are in the soil and what level they're at. And we're shooting for optimum and not excessive. Now, field preparation for tomatoes, they're heavy feeders, so starting with good levels is advised while considering in-season supplementation at times. And typically they're grown in rows for efficient placement of irrigation and plant supports. So while this is a greenhouse situation here, it should be very similar to a field where they're nice, neat, and organized, allowing for efficient treatment of the tomatoes, management of them, and able to spot anything that potentially could go wrong.